everyone. Welcome back to the Wild Thoughts podcast. I'm your co-host, Kat.
I'm your co-host, Afi.
And today we have a very special guest, one of our best friends, Leana.
Hello. Thank you.
A warm welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. I don't know what
Of
to
course.
think right now. This is like my first time on a podcast.
Oh my god, we
Isn't
love
it
it.
exciting?
It's kind of like, I'm kind of nervy of it, but like it's okay.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
I feel that every time we're
We're gonna like relax.
It's
Chill
just a
it out.
conversation.
This is fun. Yeah,
You know?
I'm excited.
It's gonna be a good combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So we're just gonna ask you to say a little blurb about yourself,
Okay.
you know, and plug some
Who
stuff.
are you?
Okay, well, my name is Leana, and I take pictures, I make sweaters, I make films.
Yes.
And just like living life, you know?
Truly.
She's
Yeah.
a queen.
If you want to check her out, we're going to have her links in the description and in the podcast description on
Exactly.
the audio platforms.
She's
So.
very talented.
Thank you.
Yes,
Definitely
she
want
is.
to check
Mercy.
her out.
So before we start our little discussion, just to get you more comfortable with talking on the podcast, we're going to ask 3 hot seat questions.
Okay.
Yes. So let me...
Wait, what is hot seat or hot seat?
Hot
Hot
seat.
seat.
Oh, okay.
You're in the hot seat right now.
What's hot seat?
No, hot seat.
Spotlight's on you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
3 questions.
Okay.
Who was your first celebrity crush?
Ooh. Probably Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
I think we know this.
Wait.
We've been.
Yeah,
That was mine. That was mine too.
Well,
Stop
yeah,
it.
we liked him at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
We were obsessed.
Well,
Nick
okay,
Jonas.
but why? We know Kathy's
Okay,
Disney,
honestly,
so
like,
they have to be different.
It was just like the Disney era, like the Camp Rock and his curly hair, and he was like,
It's the curly
he's like
hair.
baby voice of it, you know?
It's like...
It was very charming, and he was like,
Is he still a crush?
someone,
Is he
you
still a
know?
crush of yours now?
like he's
Less?
cute still, but like, you know, it was the era.
With
know?
the little curly hair.
I still like it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, he's cute. That was
Okay.
my, that was
We
my
love
celebrity crush.
Amazing. What's your go-to karaoke song?
That's a good one.
Oh my god, what is
I
it?
feel like you have one.
Give me like 3 options.
What?
No, there's like so
We're the ones
many.
asking the question.
What's my go-to karaoke song?
That was loud.
I don't know. I think
Like,
What do you
first,
use?
what's the first song that popped into your head?
Like when you last went karaokeing, what was something you sang?
oh my god, I'm not like
Do you remember?
Kathy's more of a karaoke.
Yeah, we're
gal
going to
than I am.
karaoke for my birthday this year.
Yeah, Kathy's more of a karaoke gal, but I think it would be something like maybe Backstreet Boys.
Oh, I would have never expected
I know.
that.
I'm just trying to think
I mean,
of like
that's
karaoke
like a good
songs.
classic.
It's a lot of, like, old songs, like, also
Throwbacks,
duets, like,
yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
need an example.
like boy band.
Honestly,
songs.
anything.
Like, is it,
You're like disappointed in that.
we'll say a specific song though from Backstreet Boys.
Like,
If I gave you a
Bye.
mic right now and I'm like, you have to do karaoke,
you
what
know how
song
much
are you
pressure
picking?
that is on me right now.
Listen to one.
I need like karaoke songs or else I can't. Like if you name one,
Bye bye bye.
don't know.
Well, that's a
It's a good
Backstreet
tip,
Boys
like,
song.
yeah.
Toxic Britney Spears. Like,
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's a good
good.
oh
my! I was not expecting that. I was like, what?
yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
That was good.
Fine. What's your favorite meal of the day? And give us a dish.
My favorite meal of the day is probably lunch. Cause I have like I don't really eat breakfast during the week, but like Sunday
Damn.
lunch, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like Sunday
For
lunch at
breakfast.
my mama's house, like pasta,
Yeah.
nice salad from the
Nice.
garden, you
Nice.
know.
So you save breakfast more for like the weekend?
Yeah. But honestly, I love a good brunch, you know. So,
Yeah.
That's like
brunch
a
is-
mix.
Brunch is a fun one.
Yeah, because you get 2 in 1.
Yeah.
I love brunch.
You can eat whatever you want.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
the best.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, breakfast and lunch, bangers.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
So
Okay.
next,
I
we're
love
gonna
this.
discuss what the answers of our poll was on Instagram.
Yes. So the question of the week was, do you find it difficult to be present and live in the moment? And 100% of y'all said yes.
Really?
So
Yeah.
Oh my
this
God.
episode is for you guys.
Yeah.
And us.
There was no one that said
Nobody
No one said no.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a first. We've never
Yeah.
had. I was not expecting that either.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You see,
Okay, yeah.
Leanna's shocked. She cannot believe.
No, actually, no. Now that I read the question, like
Yeah,
obviously,
it's difficult.
It's difficult for
Not
everybody.
saying
Oh,
like, you
it's not that you
don't-
can't.
If
Yeah.
it was easy, then
To be present,
Everybody
and live
would
in the
be-
moment. Exactly.
there would be no struggle, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that still makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you see, this is a much needed
That's-
discussion.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why people struggle every day, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so just to begin the discussion, I just
Yeah.
want to ask you guys, what does being present and living in the moment really mean to you? Because I know a lot of people can interpret it in different ways. So what does it mean for you?
You go first, Leana, since you're again.
Sure. Well, being present, I think like I'm actually reading a book now like called Presence, and it's saying everybody has a different definition of what does being present mean to you. I think for me, it's really like, I don't know if you guys have experienced presence or like moments of presence, but like when you're in the moment and you're like truly like taking everything, all your surroundings, like you're noticing everything, like my feet on the ground, the air, like the sounds around me, and just like also just like being able to be your authentic self like, in the moment. I think that for me is like presence, like those little moments, you know,
like you're aware of your being, and like everything that you're doing. That's crazy.
But it's on, but it's like on and off though. It's like it literally comes in pockets, like in moments, because obviously on the daily you're not present like 100% of the time. Yeah. So for me, it literally comes in like moments.
I've had that actually more this year because like every time I work outside and work from home, I'm like, wow, look at like I'm like looking around here. I'm like, my God.
Yeah. I get that too. Sometimes I'm like, wow, like I have legs and I'm walking right now. No, but it's crazy.
You're not conscious of it.
I think being in the present moment also comes hand in hand with like gratitude and like knowing that like, oh, you're able to do these things and like don't take them for granted and don't take the moment that you're in for granted, because like time, you're never gonna get it back.
I think that too, like presence is also, I would say, like feeling grateful and like gratitude
for the moment that you're in,
that you're in, for what you have, like
the feelings.
You feel everything, honestly. When I notice that I'm being present, like that's when I feel like, oh my God, I feel gratitude right now. Like, I think exactly it comes with that too. I think
for me it's similar to Leana as well, but I was just thinking about this. I feel like I was telling you guys how I've had a lot of perfect days this summer, and it was
that's
because
so cute. When you said that, I was like,
no, because I never really felt like this. I don't know if the pandemic kind of emphasized like the simple things.
I think it has
because of that. But like I feel like why I had those perfect days was because I was really like in the moment, and I didn't think about other things that were bothering me, and nothing was like clustering my mind. And also something that I like doing, because like, you know, words of affirmation is my thing. I think expressing to someone your gratefulness of that moment, like when I told you guys, like
it's
guys, this moment, because like verbalizing it, I'm like taking in the moment, and obviously my thoughts are being intruded by what's happening now because I'm telling you guys now. I'm not talking about something else. So I find expressing that,
it's contagious.
Exactly. It helps for me. I think like expressing it helps put me in that moment.
When you when you felt like, okay, like this is a really nice moment right now, like did that come naturally? Like you said, you had like all these perfect days. Like, is that a natural thing?
It comes, well, lately.
Or did you have to do work to like?
I don't.
To like take away the distracting thoughts.
Work in a sense, like work on myself, as in like choosing. I was thinking about this, but like I think self-care and taking care of yourself allows 100%. You to be present.
For sure.
Because if you don't do those things beforehand, then you have that obstacle. And I think that helped me. So yes, actually, because when you first asked, I didn't think about it right away. Like, wait, did I do anything? But now I do. I feel like I've taken care of myself and what I want and like rest, you know? And like that's why my moments were nicer, because I was able to appreciate them because I was in the right headspace too. So it's like things come into play.
I think no, but it's like it makes sense why like that poll was like 100%, because like people are like, okay, well, how do I get to that feeling of like feeling like this is so positive and nice and I'm having such a good day.
You have so many things.
It's like it's not something that's just like
it
easy.
takes time. And we're going to discuss ways to do it.
But what about you, Kathy? Like, what's
so I 100% agree with everything that you guys said. Also, to add on to that, I feel like being fully engaged in everything I'm doing without distractions, that's big for me. Because lately, like especially this year, I've spoken about this probably in every episode. I take a break from my phone at night, and I just like immerse myself into, if I'm reading, I immerse myself into that. If I'm with friends or with my boyfriend, I'll just like fully be there, and I won't try to look at my phone. I still have a hard time doing it, because if I get like I start getting bored or something, or like I just reach for my phone automatically. But it's about just like taking that digital break and just doing other things that I can fully immerse myself in.
That's one thing that I also started doing. Like at night, I literally set a timer. I get into bed and like timer for 20 minutes and just read or like do something off my phone, because like
even in the morning I'll like wake up, and while I'm while I'm having my breakfast, I'll eat my breakfast and
That's
I'll start
amazing.
reading for like half an hour.
That's actually so good.
Yeah.
Like when you like train yourself, because you have to train yourself. It's like it's a practice. Like you have to be fully in it, and like obviously you're gonna have distracting thoughts, but being able to kind of train yourself to like acknowledge the thoughts and say, okay, thank you for being there. I don't need you right now. So like that's the way that I've kind of been like training myself to like be present and be fully like into the moment.
That's a good tactic, because sometimes like putting those thoughts and like sometimes I'll overthink things and I'll replay. I'm like, why are you replaying it? You have the control.
It's such a natural thing for your brain to do. Yeah.
But then there was once, just random, but I was looking to study methods, and there's like the Pomodoro method, and it's
Pomodoro, like tomato?
It's so good. I really like this method. It's like you take 25 minutes of studying, 5-minute break, and after your 4 quarters of 25 minutes, you take 30-minute break or something. Anyways, but
I kind of do an interpretation of that I'll do like I'll do 40 minutes of pure studying, and then I'll take a 10-minute break.
I wish that was like something that I saw when I was studying.
That's what my last year of university, that's what I was doing.
But what's interesting, this method, the person was like, whenever part of the method is that whenever something pops up in your brain while you're studying or doing something, write it down. So that way it doesn't take up space and you're not thinking about it. But that's so good.
I actually have a relative that like she's always working, and she's like very high stress job, but like when she'll get into bed, she'll literally wake up in the middle of the night and think of something, and like it'll consume her thoughts. So she'll literally take a notebook on her night table and like write it down. She feels better. She will go back to sleep.
I do that in my notes app, because that's what happened to me yesterday. I thought of something randomly and I'm like, oh, I have to go on my phone and do it right away. But like I'm about to fall asleep. Or I put it on my
reminder. I've been using my reminders on my phone like crazy. It works for me, I find. But like you guys mentioned, I find like we saw in our like audience, it's hard to be present nowadays because social media and like it's sad that even yesterday when I was out, I was looking at my phone while we were waiting for food, and it's not that I didn't want to discuss or anything, but I think it's also
a natural reaction.
Exactly. It's also because like the silence, it's not awkward to be in silence, but you always feel like you have to be doing like fidgeting on your phone and almost like being a part of like away from it, or like not touching it for like your hand, like your motion.
I mean, like, we grew up with it, so it's kind of like we're so used to it. And like sometimes when I'm in those situations, I'll be like, oh my god, okay, before people had smartphones and like phones literally on them 24/7, before the internet and everything, let's say I would be in the situation, I'm waiting for food, like they would just be looking, being in the moment, and just like looking at their surroundings. Like
I've been trying to train myself to do that every time I'm like outside, and let's say I'm like waiting for something, or like I feel awkward. I'll try to just look at the atmosphere around me, and the environment, and notice things.
I think people are scared that like people will look at us and be like, what are they doing?
That's me. I don't like making eye contact with people either. So it's like if I'm looking around and someone looks at me, I'm like, look at my phone.
But like if anything, if I see someone just like not even being on their phone and just being present, just I'm like, wow, good for them.
That's amazing.
You're the Courtney, like I'm just living life.
I love Courtney. She annoys me, but sometimes I love her. But the thing is also like being present doesn't mean you have to like fill a void all the time where you have to talk.
Just being.
It's just being. And I know we feel sometimes awkward if we're not like filling spaces, but just like admiring things, or like just sitting in silence is nice. That could be being present, because maybe you're like looking into like,
listen to the birds chirping.
Exactly.
Listen to the birds. Like you know what I do now? Every time I'm outside, let's say I'm like outside with someone, I'm like, if you just close your eyes right now, you can pretend you're on a beach, because like, you're just like noticing the atmosphere.
And like when the wind is like blowing.
Yes, I was doing a guided like run on like Nike Run Club the other day, and it was like it was one that was like in collaboration with Headspace.
Oh, nice.
And when you started the run, he would say like he would basically like make you be present. So something he said that really stuck with me was like, feel how the air feels on your skin. And like every time
you start to take notice of things.
Your feet on the ground, like the sound of your feet, and like you don't actually notice that when you're just like on the go and you're just like,
you
not
take
even
those
present.
little things for granted. You don't think of like sounds when my foot
feel the air on your skin, like
and
how nice is that?
That was one of the things when I was researching there to try to be present, is you have to look at all of your 5 senses and just list things. Like,
that makes so much sense.
Some people actually, like, if they're not used to it, it's scary for them to be so aware of it. So like people who like may not necessarily like they don't like study or they
Yeah.
don't like look at presents or
Yeah.
whatever, it's like it can be like overwhelming for them.
Yeah, because it's like so many things coming into play,
Yeah.
and you're like
But, like,
fully living.
Yeah, but a bit at a time, and it's like not a scary thing.
That's
like
like-
you're human, you're supposed to feel
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
and not be, you know.
I feel like sometimes when you feel too much, you're like, am I in a simulation?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, am
When
I
you read
real?
too much into it.
Yeah, I'm like, am I real?
Yeah.
Or,
Crazy.
But
do you know what's scary? This is kind of a little off topic, but like sometimes when you like deja vu scares the shit out of me.
It's
Because
happening.
sometimes it doesn't actually happen. Like it happened to me a couple of times where I
Yeah.
dreamt of something.
Yeah.
And I thought it happened to me in real life, but it was in a dream that I was feeling it.
I've never
Like
had
this
that.
happened to me one
That's
time
scary.
where I was
Oh my
we
God.
went
You
to
need a
Ottawa,
dream
I think.
catcher.
We went to Ottawa in elementary school, and
Yeah.
I remember I think I was with you. We were on the trains.
yeah.
Do you remember that? It was in a
Ottawa?
museum. We
Okay.
went. There was trains that you can go into.
Yeah.
And I remember saying like I'm like I have deja vu, but I've never been to Ottawa before that. And then I was like I had a dream about this place, but I've never been there.
I've
never
had that
heard
too
of it.
before.
And I
had
was
that
like,
too.
am I psychic? Like
That's so
honestly,
weird.
wait, maybe it's a product of like being present and like noticing what's happening, but like then
It's
and
scary.
your brain is like tripping up because it's like, oh my god, like it, like I recognize this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like you're experiencing it at a higher level because you're present. So maybe
It scared the shit
brain
out
is
of me.
convincing you that you were already experienced it, but really you're just experiencing it
Because
Yeah.
you felt the senses, but like within your dream.
But I like 100%. I
I've done
dreamt
this.
about it beforehand,
Yeah.
and then I was
But you've
there.
been to this place before?
I've never been there. That's why I was like, how did I?
But that's
dream-
what I'm saying. Maybe you think you dreamt it
I
or
don't
deja
know.
vu. Like I'd be
I
curious to
don't
like
know.
read about deja
Maybe
vu. And, like,
it could be like you were thinking about something.
But it wasn't like
yeah.
I didn't dream the whole place. I dreamt
Yeah.
of the trains only.
That's
Oh
insane.
my
Yeah, it
God.
was scary.
that's like
I've never had that. Whenever I had deja
scary.
vu, it's usually No, but I think.
and
I
it
don't know,
happened
it's
to me
usually
another
happening.
time too. And then I was like, am I psychic? Like, is
Oh my
it, are my
God.
psychic
Raven
abilities
Simone,
coming
is that
in?
you?
That's so good. Yeah, I love that.
Bam.
We love
I'd
Raven.
love to be psychic and just like
yeah,
see.
But
the
how
future.
scary would it be? I'd
Yeah.
be scared all
yeah.
the time.
Dreams
Deja
are
vu is
crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
I should write down my dreams like Kathy does.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, you have a dream journal.
I do have a dream journal.
That's also
That's.
like being.
Are you still writing in
present.
it?
I write mostly on my phone app just because I can text faster, but I need to transfer them into the journal so I have a
Okay.
hard copy so I don't like forget
That's
about
crazy
it
to
and
flip
stuff.
through. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just open it out random, but I've had it since 2015, so you could imagine the
Oh,
dreams that I've been having.
I know some of those dreams. I get the
like,
Snapchats in the morning, like guys.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
we're reading.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh my
do an
God.
episode on this
Yeah.
because like it's too much.
Yeah.
You know?
I also want to mention though, with social media quickly, like
Yeah.
I think comparison is a big thing,
Yeah.
and that also I feel like takes away from living in the present.
Yeah.
Because like let's say we're just like on social media, instead of like in that moment appreciating what we're doing or just enjoying the videos we're watching, we're like looking at other people's lives and like subconsciously like comparing it, you know. So I think I mean in many aspects social media is in the way, but like
Yeah.
comparison I feel
Yeah.
like is a big thing
It's,
because it also comes with like
hard.
appreciating, like you don't appreciate what you have now because you're like thinking
Yeah.
about what
Yeah.
the other person has, so it's like
I
gratitude.
think it's like also a balance. I think like we were having this conversation on Snapchat like a while ago, but I was saying like if we didn't live in an era where social media was kind of actually necessary
Yeah.
for like career growth and just like putting yourself out there, even as an artist, like there's so much pressure to be a content creator, like
Yeah.
but you know it can be beautiful too, like that's what
Yeah.
we love to do, like we love to you know
Yeah, we
talk
can
on
make it
podcasts,
positive. Yeah.
but there's a balance I think that needs to be like
Yeah.
preserved because otherwise you just like get too deep into it.
If you
Yeah.
fall into like the toxic
Yeah, and the
toxic
negative.
side, it drags.
I think there's also a thin line between like documenting memories and just
for sure.
Yeah.
exactly, because I find I have a hard time not being present because I'm like, oh, I need to like take a Snapchat
Yeah.
video.
I
I, need
think
to take
that-
a
But that
picture
could
for
be your
Instagram.
like.
If anyone
yeah,
gets to
that's
me because that's,
Yeah.
that's like literally what I do, like
Yeah.
I take pictures, but I think what's important is like you do everything with intention. So like like in general, but even like when it comes to social media and documenting stuff, it's like okay, you enjoy the moment, if you want to take a picture, if you want to record it, you're doing it with intention. It's to look at it after and like just like.
Especially for concerts, I feel like I need to record a whole concert because I'm like, I don't want to like.
I do that.
But it's like, but then I'm watching
through the screen. What was your point of pain?
Yeah,
I do that too, and I'm like, stop. Maybe like one.
But it makes sense. It's like it's because you love the moment, so it's like you want to take record of it.
The last concert, I think I was better about it. I only took like 20-second clips of each song. Because I was like, let me stop because I need to listen to the whole song.
Videos of
Do you guys like actually go watch it after? Because I think I have.
I don't. I just keep it there in case I lose.
I usually take it on Snap, so then when I get reminded after a year, then I'll see it.
I think next time I'll just record one, so that way I have it, but I don't have
too many. Every song is my favorite song, so I want.
Yeah, but you go rewatch it.
Sometimes I do. Like the ones that
you go on YouTube.
Sometimes I go to my archive. I go to my archive, but then it's like not the same because it was at my concert. But anyways, I go on my Instagram story archives, and I'll just
watch it.
Because they're like the best ones.
Yeah. I was also thinking like you guys your job kind of entails being with social media. So how do you separate like you were saying, Kathy, sometimes it's hard for you because you're like taking pictures while you're with your friends, but it's like the content creator side of you and like but how do you
this is very difficult for me,
separating the job and the personal.
I think I've been getting better at it, especially on the weekends, because the weekends are mostly my days off, right? So I want to try to enjoy it, and I'll try to prep stuff before the weekend so that I'm not constantly working on the weekend. But it's especially if your job is in social media. Like my job is not social media, but I have so many things going on within social media that I'm always on my phone. And the thing is with social media, you don't have a break.
It's like
it's 24/7.
Exactly.
I saw something and they were like,
I was watching YouTube videos. And they're like YouTube videos and also TikToks, and it's like if you're in social media, if you're a content creator, you don't have an end time.
Exactly.
You're constantly like either replying to comments, you're posting, you're engaging with other posts so that you can get more.
You have to be on, like you have to see what's
happening off after 5 or like weekends are off.
It's a really
honestly, I don't know how you do it.
Draining job.
Even like the podcast,
but it's like if you enjoy it, that's what gets you through it.
Like there are the ups and downs. You get the advantage of like kind of being your own boss and like choosing kind of your hours, but you still have to do things every day. You have to be up with the trend.
But then it's like sometimes I'm like I don't have content because I didn't prepare content, and then like I'm at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm trying to take pictures.
But I think it's okay to let yourself go sometimes. Obviously, like
and that's why I've been less.
It's just consistency.
Don't be hard on yourself.
I put less pressure on myself. Like if I don't have a post that day, I'm
just be like,
I'm not gonna take a picture.
Don't break your back.
I personally find it more challenging, honestly, because like you love it, I like it, so it's like I didn't study, like I didn't go into social media marketing or anything, but I do like I love like it's more sharing my work, more of like a slow like lifestyle,
but you're also on the media side of it. I like the business side of it.
Exactly.
When it's personal to you, like you said, when you post with intention, like Kathy said, I'm not going to post a picture just to post a picture. It's the intention that makes you love it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like that's what comes with that's hard because when it becomes like a job, and if like for example when I like did it for a little bit because I didn't have a connect, like it has to be personal. I feel sometimes like at least you're posting things you like about, you're choosing the topics you're doing, but of course like it's challenging sometimes. You have to come up with ideas, but if you're like posting about things you really can't relate to or you don't, then it just sucks the life out of you.
It's hard unless you like the business of it,
unless you like seeing like the growth and the analytics and you're
like that shit gets me so excited. Like I remember texting Afi, I'm like, look how much my hashtags like attracted people.
You're amazing. That's that one. That hashtag. Honestly, all of my other friends are like, Kathy is just like on. I'm like, I know
it's so interesting.
Every time I talk about Kathy, I'm like, she has her. She's my hustler.
Because it's like there's a double-edged sword to everything. Because I'm like a hustler, but then I don't take breaks for myself, and I'm gonna burn out eventually.
But it's good. We have all the dynamics.
So I think in terms of like social media, like it's not life; it's a part of life, and it's like an asset kind of.
It's like an Emily in Paris where they're like you live to work, but we work to live.
Oh god!
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I was like, oh my god, that's
like I haven't watched it.
Calm down.
Oh my god, I would love it. So now that we kind of spoke about the digital world and why it's hard to be present because of it, I want to know like what other ways you think it makes us difficult to not live in the moment.
Like other ways than social media. Oh, okay, wait.
I have something in mind if you want
Other ways than social media.
I think right now it's also like a cultural thing because you live in somewhere that is very fast paced and like work. So then it's like you don't have time to just
just
lay
stop
down
and smell the roses.
Yeah,
you know?
like
I think also, I think it's a very, very like natural human reaction to just like feel negativity.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast and they were actually saying 80% of human thoughts are negative.
wow.
So it really
They
takes
stick with
the
you.
work to like be able to flip the script and in your mind and like
I have an example.
but yeah, it's a supernatural thing, and I think like the human desire to want to identify with that negative train of thought is like super present, and it's just a matter of like literally training yourself, doing guided practice. It takes work, like
it does.
you know, when obviously people are gonna be like, okay, manifest like on social media, like a post and then scroll by, like it's manifestation is cute, but
I feel
it takes work.
Yeah.
It takes
it has to be
literal
constant.
work, and like
It's
anxiety is
like
always
talking
going to
to
be
yourself.
there. Those negative thoughts are always going to be there. It's just like a matter of you acknowledge that and like you find ways to like get yourself in a positive mindset.
Exactly.
I have an example of this actually because the other day I was not feeling great about myself because I gained back some weight like from my fitness journey and hasn't been like as constant as I would like it to be, and I was really having those negative thoughts where I was like, oh my god, like I was like basically like putting myself down.
No, I get
but
it.
then I caught myself. And
You
I'm
remember
like,
what you told me? When you catch yourself.
Exactly. So I caught myself. I thought about the episode. I
Yeah.
caught myself. And then I was like, okay, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in my journal and I'm going to journal everything I just thought.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to journal my thought process. So I journaled like how I was feeling. And then I'm like, but I did something good because I started to write in this.
for you, Kathy.
No, a weight was lifted off of me. Because I'm like, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I gained some weight, but I'm enjoying the summer.
Exactly.
I'm going out. I'm going to restaurants. That's why I gained weight, but I'm enjoying myself.
And gaining weight, why does that have to lead to being negative?
Yeah.
It's because society has made it a thing where it's like, oh, gaining weight makes you not like, you know what I mean? Like,
And then I was like, I don't have to put pressure on myself because it's not like I can't get back on my health journey.
Exactly.
It's a balance of like, guys, I was watching Eat, Pray, Love Again the other day.
Oh my god.
And this was like the last like phase of her journey, whatever, and it was like more for romantic life, but there was like the shaman guy. And he was saying like his saying to her was to lose balance for love is a part of living a perfect life, or like basically it's normal to lose balance for love, and in this case it's normal to lose balance to love life,
like the life, everything around
normal
you.
to lose balance for summer, and you know, like you just acknowledge it and
these things are gonna happen.
Recognize the triggers that make your thinking and like just like whatever,
we
you know,
imperfections.
That's what life is like
exciting.
Just like
exactly.
Chill out.
Exactly.
And I think like the journaling is a really good method, which I like that Kathy does that, and it's like inspiring. But even like when you are feeling good, journaling, and then like what if you like read that back at times when you weren't feeling good, but sometimes you don't think about it in the moment, but like reading back the positive times, like all the good things.
That's why you have to just, that's one of the recommendations that people say, to have a gratitude journal and just like either just list 3 things every day that you're grateful for, or like every time you're feeling good or something good happens, write it down. Even if you're not feeling it, just write things down so you can get your thoughts out and like
anywhere.
It's kind of like it's kind of like venting to a friend, but instead of venting to a friend, you're venting to yourself.
That helps
so
much.
You know what I read about journaling is that it slows down your thinking. So like for every word, I think you said that. I think
did I say that?
Yeah, I think so. You snapped and you're like, what I noticed about journaling was that it slows down. Was it you? No.
Oh no, I said like I haven't written in so long.
Oh okay. I think maybe someone else, but yeah, it slows down your thinking, and like when you feel like you have all these thoughts coming left and right, it's like nice to just write it down. Off of Afi's point that there's all these expectations and things that you should be doing in your 20s, but like who actually has their life together? No one.
Exactly.
Nobody's perfect.
But I guess because you're trying to figure it out, sometimes you won't be living in the present, which is okay. Like you can't 24/7 just be like smelling the air. Like, just smelling the air. No, but you know what I mean? Like we have things to do in city air. But I think it's also like we can't always plan what's gonna happen right away. Even though we want to, it won't always be in our control. So might as well enjoy like what we have.
Yeah, and I have a huge problem with that because I like to plan. Like I don't plan everything, but big things I like having a plan. Like for example, when you guys were planning my surprise grad party that I knew about, I was very stressed out beforehand because I'm like, what because I have no control over it. I'm like, what if I don't control what if I wanted it this way and they're not doing it, you know? So like, and I'm so in my head about that stuff, and I shouldn't be. I just need to enjoy what's gonna happen.
Exactly. But like, I mean, it's natural.
It's
natural.
Comes
with like
very natural
personality, and also like I guess like the era or whatever the society that we're into. We love like planning and being in control of things.
Yeah, exactly. So just to kind of wrap things up, we're gonna kind of discuss different ways that we can be present and just learn to live in the moment, just different stuff like that. I know, Leana, you had something that you wanted to share.
Yeah, so basically ways to be present, I think it's different for everybody. Yeah. So it depends on what makes you feel good. I think like for me, it's been obviously Headspace. Everybody knows No,
I've used it a couple of times. It's actually like it really zens you out.
But I think that not everybody likes guided meditations, and I feel like some people do, some people don't. So like find other ways that make you feel grounded and present. So if that's like doing your self-care, like washing your face, doing your whole thing, finding time to just like do your own thing. I think for me also physical activity, like I love to work out. It really just like grounds me and like just feeling my heartbeat, like that too.
The physical, like,
and then you feel great after. Also eating foods that make you feel good, you know, just doing everything you can to just like, when you catch yourself in those moments where you feel down and you feel like in the dumps and your head is just going in circles, like just put on a 10-minute guided meditation. And actually there's a YouTube channel that I've been using for just like 5-minute, 10-minute before work even. What's it called? You'll put it in the podcast notes.
Yeah, just send me the link.
Yeah, they do like super good just to like get your mind, because for me, like I started with guided meditations because the person or the voice will like lead you through like, okay, now you're having distracting thoughts, just like acknowledge them and let them pass. It's like and then they put like a symbolism to it, so it's like the blue sky, your thoughts are the clouds, they're just passing, they're moving. It's temporary and they'll go away, but like they're here right now and that's fine, you know, like so just like ways to manage.
See, like it's good that you said that it depends for everyone, because I'm very restless if I'm not doing something. So like the meditations did help me, like the guided ones, but I couldn't continuously do it because I was just like, no, I need to be doing something else. So for me, reading has been a big thing, because I'm actually like I'm being stimulated, but not in a way that's like distracting me, because I'm being immersed into a different story. Like it's like I'm like fully there, you know. And like I said before, taking a digital break, not taking a social media break, some stuff like that, just doing self-care.
Deactivate your account, do what you got, or just like time the moments you spend on social media, so it doesn't become like too much where it like takes over your whole life and you're comparing. But like something about how Leana was saying like, oh, it's okay if you're feeling not good, but I always say this, but like you have to feel the emotions that you're going through. You have to. The only way to come over them is to feel them. And you don't have to be upset about feeling bad. Just feel the moment, and then later on they'll be like, oh, I'm so mad, I'm feeling this way. Oh, like why am I feeling shitty? Like
they're there for a reason.
Exactly. And then take it in, live in the moment, and then once you pass that, like you'll live like a better emotion.
You validate them for yourself, because there's a reason why it comes up. It's probably because of maybe past trauma or like triggers or whatever. It's like, it's normal, it's fine. You lived your life and you're coming up for a reason. So also, I think I forgot to mention is breathing, which is super like simple. But
do you ever do this thing where you notice that you're breathing and then you can't breathe properly?
Yes, because like,
that happens to me a lot before I go to bed. I'm like, okay, let me like.
So you try to control it after,
and then I can't. Then I'm not breathing properly.
It's more like you're thinking about it.
For me, when I'm driving, I literally stop. Like I don't breathe. I breathe, but like I don't notice. Like I'm notice
like
shallow,
you check the breath, but. I had looked this up as well, but like, let's say you don't want to do a guided meditation, you could just sit there, just sit in silence and just like listen to your breathing.
That's the best.
And do it for like 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah.
Belly breathing.
That's yoga. Exactly.
Breathe with your belly rather
yoga really teaches breathing techniques.
Exactly. And you could do that 5 to 10 minutes, and then you could maybe increase it to like 20, but just hearing the sound of your own breath and focusing on that
That's like bottom up method, which approach, is you do things with your body to affect your mind. So it's like yoga, it's breathing, it's I don't know, maybe fidgeting or like
instead of letting
something, you know,
your mind control your body.
Exactly.
You give it.
Yeah. So those are a few ways, like different for everyone. So
yeah. So kind of to wrap things up, do you have any other recommendations for podcasts, books that you've read?
Books. I read The Power of Now a while ago. It's a pretty popular book. I don't know if you guys have heard
interesting.
of it.
The Power
of Now. It teaches you mainly like how to live in the moment, in the now, and that really helped me a while ago. Also, I recently read a book called How to Do the Work. So that's about.
I saw on your Goodreads.
Yeah, that was a really good one. It was just talking about like how to recognize your childhood trauma and like just like manage that. And also it talked about like how connected the brain and the body is. So like if you're having like aches and pains or just like you feel tight in the chest, and like it's honestly most of the time it's your head. It's not to say it's not in your head, because it is real.
It's just to say it's a consequence of what's happening in your head.
So it's just like that was a great.
That is a very, like I always say that, like whenever like your body sends you signals, so when you're not doing well mentally, it's not just gonna be mental, because it like affects you, and it like kind of breaks you to your breaking point where like physically.
She talks about the vagus nerve, so it's the nerve that connects the brain to the body, and that was like really, because now that I'm like conscious of that, whenever I have something, it actually really helps. Like, just to like be in tune with my brain and my body.
Even like I know like people say like massaging to de-stress yourself.
Just like when you have physical touch, like it really grounds you and brings you back to your body, which is good.
That's what acupuncture is now.
I think so. Wow. Well, I think it depends on pressure points. I'm not sure. And just like that's like books, and then podcasts. There's Tiny Leaps, Big Changes, which is a good podcast. There's Nike also does one. I forgot what it's called. But I guess I'll just like give you the
these are all going to be linked and listed in our description. So if you want to check them out.
And We the Urban on IG.
Like they're like just the quotes and like the goods.
They have like every day they have like swipes, and like I actually like send them to my friends. Like
they're so
I like.
There's a lot of good self-care ones, and just like it actually gives you good advice, and you're like, and you think about it.
So and then Headspace I already mentioned. Just like find your own like media or books or podcasts that like just like look up. Like honestly, like
any method.
You can find a lot of resources.
Exactly.
Those are a few that
I also have like I think for this topic there's one that I like. Her name is Breenie Lee. She has like podcasts, but they're like 20 minutes, and they're kind of like pep talks. It's literally called Breenie Lee something pep talk, and it's just like it's different topics, so it's not always about like living in the present, all of that, but it'll be like how to gain your confidence back, but it just
hypes you up.
Exactly, and she's just so good. She has a YouTube, and she does YouTube videos as well, but they're short, and then I'm like, I wish they were longer. But also quickly, I just want to mention, because I found this, but like there are a lot of benefits to living in the present, and like Leana was saying, like the physical health also, because the reason why you don't live in the present is because you're like thinking about other things, and you're like stressing yourself out, and stress and anxiety, high blood pressure, and then what else?
It's very physical.
Heart disease.
It affects everything.
Exactly, and the psychological. And then also when you are living in the present, your relationships will improve. Like you said, you won't be on your phone, you won't be...
Yeah, that's a big thing. Being engaged with all your relationships, because it affects it.
That's like when you do inner work, you're able to like connect with others more easily and better, and like validate their feelings, empathize with them, and like working on yourself also helps the people you love and the people around you.
And no one's gonna want to hang out with you if you're distracted.
If you're not even there, you're like no offense, but it's just kind of
you want to be there. You want to be around people who are positive and like feel like love and all of these things. And I think, like you said, it's super physical, and it just like benefits your body, your health, your mental health, and like you just have to do the work every day.
Do the work.
Then the last thing, I think it improves also your self-control, because you're controlling where your mind is going and where your energy is being spent.
Discipline.
There was one thing I wanted to say. So I think I heard it somewhere in a podcast or something, but people with better self perception, I think, live 7.5 years long. Well, that was a study that they did.
Whoa.
I think it was Yale.
So if you want to live to 100,
guys. But like, yeah, if you just people with better self-perception, meaning like you,
because they're less stressed about things.
It's people like, it's different people experience different levels of maybe like anxiety or negativity, and it's just like you just have to listen to your body, listen to yourself, and just like find the ways that you think are gonna help.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful note to end on.
Woo. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you for being here. This was a
that
lovely
was so fun.
conversation.
I feel so
fun.
I know. I'm like,
that was a good way to start the
connected.
day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that. All right, so thank you guys
That was
for
so fun.
listening. Thank you for having Leana on the podcast, because this was a really good conversation.
Thank you for
Loved
listening.
it.
If you got to this point,
Yes. Well, you better have gotten to
You
this
better.
point. But anyways, if you want to hear more from Leana, go follow her on Instagram. She's at afilmkid. It's going to be linked down below, so you guys can find it. Follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. We're at Wild Thoughts Pod. Follow Afi the Shrink and Kat LPS. And subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on all the podcast platforms.
wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, wherever you're listening.
We're
follow
there.
us.
Yeah.
And leave a review on Apple Podcasts, because we love feedback. And any final thoughts?
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, whoever you are.
Hope this really helped you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This helped me.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
See you guys
All right.
next
Bye, guys.
Bye.